Hey everyone, we're up at Algonquin Park this time. We're going to hit a 10.4 kilometer hike called Centennial Ridges. It's rated as difficult. I figured I'd take a few shots along the way just to show anyone that might be interested. So we made it to the start of the hike. We had to drive about a kilometer down a dirt road off the 60 to get here. We're kind of excited. We like challenging hikes, so we're hoping this is going to be a fun one. I'll check in along the way, give you guys a little bit of view. See you in a bit. It's a little sign at the start of the trail, basically stating it's a 10-kilometer loop. Outstanding scenery. And off we go. Oh, and I should mention, the paper, the Algonquin paper that they hand out when you come here, states that the hike should take about 6 hours to do. It's now, what time is it, Roxanne?
11:10.
So it's 11:10. We'll see what time we finish and let you know if that's accurate at all. Okay, bye. So we're about maybe a kilometer in, I'm not sure, but we came up to kind of the first scenic view, and it's a good one, I have to say. This must just look gorgeous in when the colors start to change. It's September 10th right now, so I guess later on the end of the month. But so far I guess it was kind of a slow steady incline to get here. The trail was fine in my opinion, rocky at parts, but plenty of room to move around. This is definitely well worth it though. Okay, all for now. Figured I'd show a little bit more of this this scenic lookout, because the trail kind of goes along the edge, so you get multiple positions where you can get a good view at Algonquin Park. Where's that? Oh yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but there's a lake down there. I'm not sure which lake. Maybe Whitefish, I don't know. Definitely a good spot to come and have a little picnic. We didn't bring any food, but it looks like it would be a good place to do it. One more little view before we leave this scenic viewing point. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one tree over there where the leaves are changing color. It's starting. Anyway, on we go. Views just keep coming. Kind of ducking back into the woods for a little bit here, and then I'm assuming we're probably going to pop out somewhere else where you can get some more views. Like, it's kind of amazing how many little points there are to look out over Algonquin Park along this route. Coming up to another little point, I think. There we go. I guess we're going back into the woods again. See where it takes us. Okay, we came up across another lookout. I guess they almost just seem endless here. This is a beautiful hike, I have to say. So far, although they called it difficult, I would just say it's moderate. They're probably calling it difficult because there are it is a lot of uphills, but if you're in moderate shape, it shouldn't be any kind of an issue. It's beautiful though, I have to say. On we go.
Like blowing skin,
Okay, so we're at marker 3. I don't know what exactly that means. I don't know how many markers there are, but it's another viewing point. Surprise. But beautiful. So the terrain has changed a little bit. We came across, I guess, I don't know if it's a small lake, bog, I'm not really sure. But the path ducked back into the forest, so we're not on looking over the cliffs anymore.
1.81.
So we're 1.81 kilometers into the hike so far. Okay. So one thing I will say about this hike, there does seem to be a lot of uphills. I wouldn't say it's tough, but it's steady uphill, and there's a lot of rocks to dodge. But that's only part of the trail. The rest of the trail was just pretty much forest trail with scenic views that you come upon once in a while. So we're about 3 kilometers in, and we came across another beautiful viewing point. I mean, the views on this trail are spectacular. Already, I strongly recommend this trail. Just thought I'd give you a little look. Okay. So as with the other viewing point, the trail seems to run along the cliff to give you multiple viewing points along the way. If you like to hike, you should definitely do this hike. Coming up on another view. Overlooking the park. You don't want to go too close to the edge. I would suggest staying away. This part of the trail seems to run along this little rock ridge. Probably 3.5 kilometers in at this point. Have to try to keep an eye out for those little blue dots. We did miss one and went off track for maybe a minute, but realized we were going into nowhere's land. Turned around. Just beautiful though. I mean, you can't get much better view than that. Now this would be a beautiful hike in the fall, but it's also extremely busy in the fall. It gets so busy up here as people want to see the fall colors on these hikes that they actually sell out and close the park. You can't get any more passes to come in. So if it's something you want to do around fall colors time, end of September, plan early. But definitely worth it if you can do it. So maybe 4 kilometers in, I'm not really sure, but looks like we're coming up on another viewpoint. Figured I'd turn on the GoPro and give a little look. There's so many viewpoints on this hike. It seems like every kilometer you come up to a different view of the park. There is a lot uphill though. The payoff is worth it, in my opinion though. So just over 5 kilometers in, another look from a different ridge. It's pretty steep, but the views are amazing. A lot of up and down to this trail. Like I said, the trail is not bad. If you're in moderate shape, it should not be a problem. But if you have any kind of mobility issue, it could make it a little tougher. But still, I would say so far my favorite hike to date. Just another viewpoint of this the same ridge I just showed a minute ago. Lots of places to stop and have a snack, taking the views. We're just kind of chugging along, but definitely next time probably bring some picnic food and drink. Marker 7, right there. About 6 kilometers in, came across another small little lake or bog over there. It seems to be, I'm not sure if you can see it through the GoPro, but there's a beaver dam over there. Trail goes this way, so we're gonna continue on around this little lake. So we're 6.7 kilometers into the hike, and we came across a fork. To the right is, you keep going on Centennial Ridges Trail, which is what we will be doing. You can go up to Coon Lake Campground if you go the other direction. Just figured I'd give you a look at this as we continue on through the forest. So we're 8.15 kilometers into the hike. Came across another little small lake. Trail continues on, but we're coming up on our last couple K. Check in near the end. So we're coming up to marker 10. We're 8.5 kilometers into the hike. On another ridge here, and this might just be one of the most beautiful views we've come across so far, and there have been many. Just beautiful. It's a long way down.
Yes.
I'm not sure what lake this is, but I'll look it up when I get back. One thing I will mention though, since it's a long hike, bring a lot of water. You go through a lot of water on the hike. But on a positive, there's been no mosquitoes. That's the benefit of doing hikes in September. Okay, just wanted to give you a look at this view. One last look at this last ridge we've been on. I mean, the views are just phenomenal. Definitely to date my favorite hike. Now there's other hikes up north I want to do, but for our area, if you're close to Ottawa, close to Toronto, this is a very beautiful hike. Alright, we finished the hike. We're coming out back to the parking lot, back to the first sign. How long did it take us?
2 hours and 57 minutes.
So 2 hours 57 minutes. I guess half the time in what they said, the recommended 6 hours. So, but we didn't take any breaks along the way. We just kind of chugged through. So you can definitely do it faster than the 6 hour time that they state it will take. How far was the distance?
10.22 kilometers.
Okay, 10.22, so close to the 10.24. But anyway, beautiful hike. Strongly recommend it to anybody who enjoys hiking. It's definitely my favorite hike that we've done to date. Okay, so we just got back to our campsite at Pog Lake after finishing the hike. We kind of have a tradition of having one of these Matt and Steve's Caesars after a nice hike or a good cycle or a good paddle or whatever we did that day. So cheers, darling,
Cheers.
to another.
Great hike.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we really liked that hike. Strongly recommend it. Just the views are beautiful, and there's many of the ridges that you come up on and overlooking Algonquin. Very beautiful. Strongly recommended. Anyway, cheerio.